Income eligibility. We determine a client's income eligibility based on their household size and annual adjusted gross income. For an individual, we can prepare their tax return if their income is $50,000 or less. For households with 2 to 4 people, the income limit is $75,000. For households with more than 4 members, we add $5,000 for each additional member. So let me ask you a question. Suppose you are speaking with a client whose tax household is a family of 7 and their yearly income is $86,000. Are they eligible for our services? I'll give you a second to think about that. The answer is yes, we will prepare their taxes. A household of 7 can make up to $90,000 and will still prepare the tax return. Our tax centers will waive the income limit for the following taxpayers: current and retired military personnel who show a military ID or DFAS documentation, residents of a foundation community's property, staff of our tax site hosts who show proof of employment, volunteers of our tax help program, and foundation community staff who show proof of employment. When speaking with a client, be sure to have the income eligibility and exception guidelines handy for you to reference or review if questions arise. This can be found on our volunteer resource page at ctcresources.com. So here's another question for you. If a household of 4 earning $78,000 needs their taxes completed, can we prepare them? Unfortunately, we would not be able to prepare their tax return. But what if the taxpayer is a volunteer of our program? Could we prepare their taxes then? Then yes, the household income is exempt from our income limits and we will prepare their tax return. If you encounter a client who doesn't qualify for our services because they're over the income limit, you can refer them to 2 places. First, refer the taxpayer to our website, prospertaxhelp.org, where we have placed a link to tax software that is easy to use and either free or low cost, depending on the household income. If someone prefers assistance with their tax return but is over our income guidelines, you can refer them to AARP. You can find information about AARP's tax services on the volunteer resource page. Now that we have discussed income eligibility, let's talk about how to complete an intake interview to determine a client's income. During the income portion of the intake interview, verify that the taxpayer has provided you with all of their income documents. Income documents may include W-2s or 1099s reflecting interest, retirement payments, or Social Security payments. You may also be handed forms reflecting any unemployment or self-employment income. Once you have all income documents, separate them by year and by person. Now it's time to add up the household income. For security purposes, we ask that you do not use your personal cell phone as a calculator. If you're conducting an in-person interview, you'll have access to office supplies, including a calculator at each workstation. All tax help staff or volunteers working remotely should read the Virtual Security Guidelines document on the volunteer resource page to make sure you're protecting clients' confidentiality. Using the income documents, add up all of the income for the taxpayer and spouse, making sure that the income for each year is being added up separately. Never combine income from different tax years, even if a taxpayer is in need of tax preparation for multiple years. Also, do not include any income that was paid to a dependent. If a taxpayer or their spouse receives Social Security payments, a Form SSA 1099 will be presented. Because Social Security payments are often not taxed, the payments may or may not place the household outside of the income eligibility. If the Social Security payments, in addition to all other income, place the household over the income eligibility, talk to an intake lead. Your intake lead can help you determine the taxable portion of the Social Security benefits. Once you've added up all the household income and determined it's below our tax center's eligibility, you may continue with the intake interview.